Ahoy, you salty sailors. Time to raise anchor and set sail for your best scrawny life. Arr!
In the green and magical kingdom of Iowa, where a river flows between fields of corn and even more corn, there are trees lining the river, and some of those trees even hang over the river. And some of those trees that hang over the river produce berries that fall into the river and become food for a certain species of fish, the largest and hardest fighting species of fish in Iowa that is susceptible to a fly fishing presentation. These trees, of course, are mulberry trees. And the fish I'm speaking of course, are common carp, Cyprinus carpio.
The rod is bending double. Oh, come on. Heading for all that logic. How do they know where it is? It hasn't made a giant run. It's just been bulldogging this whole time. There we go. Getting a look. It's not huge, but boy, what a fight. It's just a matter of getting out before she goes through the rifle. Come on. She's heading. She wants to do the rifle. There we are. That fish was hooked way up around that bend, probably a quarter mile on the other side of that bend. Followed us all the way back down here to the island. And it was not a big fish.
A quick word about tactics here. Due to the overhanging trees, you'll need to be familiar with sidearm casting. How to sidearm curve cast, but also how to make the cast go straight when casting from the side. Another really helpful thing to know is the reach mend. Let's say a fish is feeding at this position. I don't want the line and leader to touch the fish, that will spook it away. So to make sure the fly is the first thing the fish sees, we're going to mend that line upstream with just a reach of the rod tip off to the side. Real simple tactic, but one that's very important in this particular type of fishing. All right, there she is, Morris alba, white mulberry on the loose. Ringing the dinner bell there. Prepare yourself for pandemonium on the river.
Oh, one for the log jam. He's in it. He's in the log jam. Pulled the kayak up there and everything. I think we might have lost him. No, he's still on. All tangled up. Another log jam. Another log jam. Come on. Oh, there it goes. Into the trees. Into the trees. Come on.
featured plant for this episode is the black mulberry. You'll notice, of course, the dark color of the fallen fruits there, and the heart-shaped leaf, although generally many of them are notched or lobed to some degree. 5,000 years ago, the Chinese figured out how to feed these leaves to a certain species of caterpillar, which then produced the world's most luxurious cloth. Afterwards, they went on to invent the global trade network, thus proving themselves to be the Earth's premier civilization. But anyway, mulberry trees, generally dioecious, meaning that all the plants produce flowers in the spring, but only female trees go on to produce berries. The family Moratia is a very interesting family. It contains the genus Ficus, which is the figs, as well as, of course, Morus, the mulberries, and Maclura, that's the Osage orange. And you'll notice that the Osage orange is similar in some ways to some of the tropical fruits, because the family Moratia also contains the Artocarpus fruits, and that's jackfruits and durians and chimpadacs, things like that. So a very interesting family. The middle of the month of June is when the mulberries ripen here in Iowa, and we now rejoin the action already in progress.
I think he's still on though. He's fighting. He's fighting on the other end of the branch. See that? There's still a fish on. Oh, we can pull away from these trees. Come on. Oh, he's in the margins. Full of rocks here. They ain't liking that. Tangled up in the grass.
Yes, sir, that's the Guthrie County two-step right there. Common carp are, of course, an invasive species in this part of the world. Each of these fish that I catch will be killed, cut open, and placed back in the river where crayfish and leeches and insect larvae and so forth can convert that invasive biomass back into native biomass. So there's of course I do this for my own entertainment, but there's also an aspect of helping the native species survive the invasion of common carp. And this river was severely impacted by the drought over the last couple of years. That I made a video earlier expressing some concerns about the native fish population in this river, but I did see a few native suckers and some smallmouth bass on this outing, so that's what I mean by accurate casting. You'll need your casting game up to that level at least to target common carp here. I can't say that the population is healthy, but there still are a few individuals still surviving in this river of the native populations. My second rod had a purple mulberry pattern on it, but I wound up just using this molting crayfish pattern. Session. We're starting off with some African red palm oil. It's a sustainably sourced palm oil. Get that going in the pan here. We're going to add our vegetable mix, which is garlic, ginger, red bell peppers, onions, shredded carrots as well. Not going to go with any rice. No carb aspect to it this time. Just keep it lean and scrawny life and stick with the vegetables. But we're going to add some tuna. We've got some tuna steaks just cut up into cubes that we'll be putting in here in a second. So there we are. Our tuna chunks going in. Just going to have a sear, a little bit of a sear on the outside, and be still nice and pink on the inside. Let's off the heat. No sauce with this one or anything. It's going to be real flavorful, just the way it is. Make sure we're getting plenty of that wok flavor infused into it there. And there's our first heat. So a little stir fry action there for you to close out the video. Alright, there we are. See you next time.